Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for all your support. I love y'all. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, and if you are already subscribed, I really appreciate you. So today I want to talk to you about an important issue to me, is that why FN pistols aren't as put out there on YouTube like SIG and Glock. SIG right now leads the way with every video that comes out. SIG is a part of it. So with these FNs, I think they're really awesome pistols, and maybe down in the comments you can let me know why you think they're not as prevalent on YouTube. All right, so first off, I want to talk to y'all about an Fn509 Tactical Compact here. So it's a pretty awesome gun. You got a threaded barrel here, you got an optics ready platform, suppressor height sights, you get one 12 round magazine 9mm, and you also get two 24 round mags with this platform. Right now I just have a Streamlight TLR 7 on here. I think it fits the gun extremely well. One thing right off the bat is I think FN doesn't get enough credit for is the fact they're optics ready platforms. It's 1,000 times better than Glock, M&P, any other major company in my opinion. If you don't already know, the FN requires no Loctite. It's going to have a O-ring in here, and you're actually able to put the optic on there with the plate, cinch it down, and that O-ring is going to provide enough tension on it to keep it from the screws from backing out. This is a pretty cool firearm here. I love it. The only con I would have about the Fn509 right out of the box is their hinge trigger. I don't like any hinge triggers. I have one on my M&P, so that's going to be swapped out soon. The next one I got here is a Fn509 Tactical here. It's going to be their, I guess you'd call it their full-size version. This one's pretty decked out with a lot of cool things, but again, it's going to come with optics ready, suppressor height sights, your threaded barrel, fully ambidextrous pistol here. So I'll talk about some of the things that I have on here. I have a Trijicon RMR FDE 3.25 MOA dot. I have a Parker mountain machine compensator on here. I have the entire slide Cerekoted in Arid Multicam by FDE Works in North Carolina. I sent the frame off to 3 Golf Gun Works in North Carolina. They were able to give me this Stipple package, which I think is pretty awesome. Moving on from there, I put a Apex flatty trigger in there because again, I don't like the hinged triggers that they come with. So I went ahead and threw an Apex tactical flatty trigger in there. With this trigger, I will say that it is a huge pain in the ass to get in here. This pin right here is extremely hard to get in and out, and they actually recommend that you get new pins, so I had to order new pins. I just want to talk about something really important here, is that this is my second frame. My first frame, I tried to replace the trigger after I got it stippled by Rocket City Stippling, and punching the pin in and out, I actually took the punch and hit it into the polymer pretty badly, and I wasn't satisfied with the way it looked. So what I did was I found out that FN is like right down the street from my house, so I dropped the frame off with them and I just paid for a complete replacement. My FFL from there was I just had the firearm shipped to North Carolina to 3 Golf Gun Works. They were able to do this stipple pattern for me, and then he was also able to send it out to FDE Works and get this Cerekote done. And then from there I had it sent back to South Carolina for an FFL for me to pick it up. With that being said, I highly recommend that if you're going to put a trigger in a FN, that you go ahead and get their Apex jig. This right here is going to save you a lot of trouble, and I thought I could do it without it, but I firmly believe that you need this jig. It's reusable, highly recommend it. So moving on from there, I have a Streamlight TLR 1 HL in FDE. I think it's perfect because it matches up with the comp. I really enjoy this firearm. I actually have a T-Rex Arms holster coming for this gun outside the waistband, Ragnarok, with a QLS system, so I can run this pistol in my war belt setup. Really like this a lot. One issue that I've had with the 509s from the get-go are the strikers. The strikers, I personally have not had an issue with it, but the strikers, from what I hear and what I've followed on the internet, is that the striker head face actually breaks off. So in this gun right here, I put an Apex heavy duty striker system in here. Now I have the peace of mind knowing that it's not gonna break off and it's not gonna turn into a paperweight. I'm extremely satisfied with this handgun here. I love it. Moving on from there, here I have a FNX45. Now this gun is a double stack, 45 ACP that has 15 rounds. One thing I don't like about 45 ACP firearms is their round capacity. So generally 45s only hold about 10 some rounds. This one right here holds quite a bit more, so I think this solves my issues for me having a 45 ACP. And I truly believe this is the best bedside gun that you can buy from the gun store, minus like a AR or a PCC. This right here, because of the round capacity and everything that's on it, I think is the best setup you can have for your bedside gun. A lot like the Fn509s, you're gonna get an optics ready platform here. It's gonna have whatever optic plates you wanna put. Here I have a Burris Fastfire 3 on here, suppressor height sights that already came with it, a threaded barrel here just in case I ever wanna run a suppressor. Moving on from there, I got a Surefire X300 Alpha on here. Now one thing I do wanna mention with this firearm is it's a single action, double action trigger here. So you can either shoot it in single action or double action, which I think is pretty cool. I really truly enjoy single action, double action triggers. Now, if you actually cock the trigger to the rear, you can actually put it on safe. This is the only gun out of the three that has a safety. You can actually put it on safe and it's not gonna let the hammer go forward. But you can also run it to where you press down on it and you have a decocker. So I think this gun right here is probably one of the coolest 45 ACPs that I've ever seen, and I thoroughly enjoy it. Now, back to what I was saying. Let me know down in the comments, why don't you think FN is broadcast as much as SIG and Glock? I think SIG right now is paying a bunch of people to say some really, really good things. FN, they have a lot of good platforms. I just don't think when you ask the average person about firearms, would they even know what an FN is? I truly enjoy FN. In my opinion, it's probably gonna be the price points. The price points of these guns are pretty high compared to like a Glock 19, which runs you about 500 bucks. If you get this gun right here, minus the threaded barrel and the optics ready, you're looking at about 600 bucks, so it's not too far off. I don't think it's that much different, but that's probably the only reason I can think that, or they're not as talked about, in my opinion. So if y'all like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all. Peace.